If you are watching the replay, drop me a purple heart. I love seeing all the purple hearts. It makes me super, super happy. It's really funny because I have been telling everybody all week that my video was at 6. It's at 6. I thought it was at 6. I literally told somebody 2 minutes ago that my video is in 30 minutes. And then I popped on to the actual schedule that like we have as distributors, and saw that it was at 5:30, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm late. Like, I'm actually like 5 minutes late when I thought this whole week I've been planning for this video to be at 6, you guys. It's super funny. I'm a hot mess and I'm pregnant, so I get to blame everything on being pregnant. That's what my husband tells me. He says that it's fine. I get a free pass. It's fine. Hey, Katie. Hey, Allie. Thank you guys for popping on. Okay, so my name is Morgan Zambrano, and I didn't get to practice. I planned on practicing the next 20 minutes, so this should be fun. Hey, Sam. I'm gonna cry a lot. It's just gonna happen. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I tell my story a lot, but from a point of view of like, I am like a massive introvert. I have a lot of social anxiety. If you ever see me in person, I'm not like this. I can only do this with videos. So I've told my story many, many times from that point of view. So if you're interested in seeing that, if you're like really introverted and you're interested in this business and you would like to see one of those videos, I have those public. I'd be happy to share that with you. But I was asked specifically to talk about my like tangible success. So I'm talking about like how this has actually like affected my family's life. And just saying that already makes me tear up. So this is going to be super fun. So I never talk about money. I don't talk about that kind of like tangible success, because to me that's really awkward, especially as an introvert. It's weird for me to even take on recognition. Like, that's weird to me, but it's important. It's important to know that you can make real money in this business, like real money that you may have never seen before in your life, depending on your background. So I'm going to try to talk about that without crying too much, but this is real. This is a real topic, which makes me very emotional. Okay. So I am the type of person who like makes things happen my whole life. Like, I am a only child. I was raised by a single mom. Like, I just have done everything myself my whole life. It's who I am. I have never asked for help. I just do the thing. That's just what I do. Like, I got into college early. I got into internship programs that I wasn't even qualified for. Like, it doesn't matter what it is in life. I make it happen. I just have the belief of like, if it's possible, I can do it. If anybody else can do it, I can do it. Like, there's no reason that if someone else can do something that I can't. So that's like how I've powered through my whole life. So when I had my, this is gonna be so hard. When I had my first baby, who is now 7, well, he's 6, he's about to be 7. I keep telling him he's about to be 7, so it's in my head, but he's 6. And I was a single mom. So as a single mom, I was doing very well, like, considering the fact that I was a single mom. Like, I had a great job, I had a roof over my head, like over our heads, like we were fine, we were doing great. And so the thought of like, oh goodness, this is gonna be hard. The thought of like staying home with him had never even crossed my mind, okay? So I just did a really good job as a single mom, and I will give myself that because I did. And I had a really great job, but I hated it, you guys. I hated my job. And then, but I was proud of it, okay? So does this make sense so far? Like, I was a single mom, I was trapped in a situation that I didn't necessarily love, but I was proud of myself for making it happen. So then my second baby came along into a very, a very different world. Like, y'all, I can't even talk about this. I have a really wonderful husband. He's amazing. He took my kids so I could do this video without even asking. Like, he just took them to the park. Like, I didn't even tell him to do that. So I have a really wonderful husband, and I was still working at this job that I hated. It was very draining. It was very demanding. It was terrible. It was very terrible for like my introvertedness, because my boss, and not to blame it on that, but like my boss was very scary. She was just a very scary person. And so I had worked there, well, At the time, I had worked there for like 2.5 years, probably, maybe 3, maybe like, let's say 3 years. And it was really draining. And when my second baby came along, I wanted nothing more than to be able to quit my job and stay home with him. Sorry. Whew. So I tried everything that I could. I looked up everything that I could, and there was just, sorry. There was just no way for us to be able to make it happen. And it sucked, you guys. As a person who's always been able to do everything ever, it really, really sucked that I couldn't stay home with him. And not only that, but I was at a job that was so terrible. And that's what made it so hard, was because I would have done anything else. I would have done literally anything else, but my job paid so well, and that's the key here, is my job paid so well that I couldn't even take a step back. I couldn't even get I would have worked at like a part-time job. Like, I love McDonald's, you guys. I eat at McDonald's like 3 times a week, which is terrible, I know. But I would have loved to like take a part-time job and work at McDonald's. Like, I'm not above that. I would work anywhere, literally anywhere. And there was nowhere I could have worked because we needed that income because I made that much money, okay? So I was very stuck. I was in a very like deep, dark place because I just felt like, I almost felt like a failure because I just felt like I could never get myself out of this sucky situation. And I thought like the rest of my life, I was just gonna be stuck at this company with like, I really thought I was gonna work there for the rest of my life. There are literally people that worked there for like 20 years. Like, I thought I was gonna be stuck there for the rest of my life. And I cried every day. Like, I would come home in tears because I just had so much anxiety to have to go to this job that I hated and get no time with my kids who I loved. Like, I was gone like 12 hours a day, and I would get like 2 hours a day with them, and it was just terrible. So eventually I got to this point where if you ask me, how is work? It's fine. How are the kids? They're fine. How is life? It's fine. I was just fine. I was just like super numb, super just like sad all the time. And it was terrible. Sorry. So I fell in love with Lip Sense. Lip Sense is amazing. The very first time I put it on, I loved it. Sorry, guys. And so after a few months, I decided to host a party. So if you've never hosted a party, you should host a party. In this party, you get points for hosting a party. You get 25 points towards the grand prize, so you should host a party. And I hosted a party. And you guys, my party made $600 in 2 days. And I am smart. You guys, I'm not afraid to say that. I'm a smart person. And I looked up the discount that my distributor got and realized that she made $300 in 2 days. And I have never had a light bulb go off so fast in my head. You can make real money doing this, okay? If you have hosted a party and your party did well, and say your party did $600, your distributor made $300 off of your friends and family that you could have pocketed. That can be life-changing for some people. So I, looking at my notes, I'm getting off track. Okay, from there, I felt a like fiery passion that I hadn't felt since like college when I was trying to like ace all of my classes. You guys, I worked 24/7. I didn't care. Because it's different when you're stuck in a dead-end job. 12 hours a day is the worst 12 hours of your life. Like, it's just terrible because you're like, what am I doing? Why am I away from my kids at this job that I hate? Like, it sucks. But when you see the light at the end of the freaking tunnel, you guys, I worked so hard. I worked around the clock. My husband was working nights, so I was like going to work, I was dropping my kids off at school and daycare, going to work, picking them up, coming home to an empty house because it was just me and my kids, and then I'd put them to bed and I would work until like 2, 3 in the morning, and I'd get up again at 6 and do it every single day, and I was never tired because I knew that I was gonna be able to quit my job. I knew that from the moment I did my party as a hostess. I knew I would be able to make this work and quit my job. And you guys, I was able to quit my job in 9 months. Sorry. It was like the best thing that's ever happened. Especially since I hate my boss. I hated her so much. So being able to like turn in that notice to her because of a freaking lipstick business. And she is like very high and mighty. So she looked down on the fact that this was network marketing. And let me tell you, the fact that I could like turn this into her and be like, I'm making more money selling lipstick than I have in 5 years at this terrible job. Not that I would have said that to her, really. I said none of that. But, you know, everyone around me was like, what are you doing? You know, because they knew that I had this really stable job and nobody knew that I hated it. I've kept that suppressed for years until very recently. Like I quit my job a year ago and I've still been too scared to say that. I'm afraid like someone at my old job's gonna hear it. Like that's how much anxiety I have about my old job, you guys. Like it was terrible. But I was able to quit and I've been able to stay home with my kids for a year now and it's been phenomenal. And let me tell you, with direct marketing, you don't have to, direct marketing, network marketing, direct sales and network marketing. I just put those two together. Yeah, no, right? Like look at my waterproof mascara, y'all. I did that on purpose. Wore waterproof mascara. So I got distracted by the waterproof thing. And my glasses are like super fogged up. But anyway, so I was able to quit my job. I was able to stay home with my kids. Oh, the raise thing. So when you get a raise at a job, it's what, 2 to 3% a year? Something like that. Like network marketing is on you. Like your input equals your output. So when I quit, my checks were matching my checks at my work. And now they're like triple. I'm probably not allowed to tell you that, but you guys, the sky is the limit. You determine how hard you're gonna work. Like you don't have to be confined by your company's standards. It's on you how hard you wanna work. And this has been phenomenal. So I wanted to share one more thing with you guys. I, at this point, and this is gonna make me cry again. So and so many of my girls are on here. So I'm gonna actually do a tangent that's not in my notes. You don't know whose lives that you will change by making this decision, okay? So maybe you don't have anything in your life that's like suppressing you or making you sad, but you could sign up and someone could see you sign up and you could be the trigger for them changing their lives. I have 500 girls on my team and I never would have imagined that ever in my life. So my why has switched now to being able to do what I did for them. So just as a side note, you never know who you will be able to affect. If someone would have told me, I never expected to have one girl on my team, let alone that many. So anyway, at this point in my story, this was a year ago, I had everything that I had ever dreamed of. You guys, like working from home was something I was super passionate about. I do these crazy videos every single day. Like I am obsessed with this business. This is the best business ever. It's so fun. It's so supportive. If you love to learn, there is tons of knowledge. If you love friends, there's tons of friends. If you just like fun and makeup, there's that. If you like money, there's money. If you like recognition, there's recognition. Any type of like whatever your love language is, you will get it in this business, you guys. So I have everything. I stay home with my kids. I spend so much time with my kids. I spend time with my husband. Everything is great. But speaking of my husband, you love watching me cry. That's so funny. I love my husband so much. He is like everything to me. I'm completely obsessed with him. So when I quit my job and I kind of had everything I ever wanted, you always have to have something to fuel you, because if you don't, you will take a step back. You will get too comfortable. So you always have to keep pushing towards something. And I know a lot of people are afraid to goal set. I'm not one of those people. I don't care if I can't achieve it. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna try. So my husband, the entire time I've known him, I've only known him 6 years, which I know isn't a long time if you're like, you know, older. I hope they're not home. Okay, well, anyway, I heard my door. So I've known my husband for 6 years and he's never asked me for a thing ever. Like I wanted the kids, I wanted the house, I wanted to get married, I wanted to quit my job, I wanted all the things. And he literally, his like tagline to me is I support you. He says that all the time. I support you because I'm crazy. I want a lot of things. I support you, I support you, I support you. Like as long as I can pay the bills. He will tell me that. He's like, I still, because he can't pay all the bills by himself. So the only thing he has ever wanted, he wanted one thing. It's all he's ever talked about, ever. So with each commission check, I put away a little bit, put away a little bit, put away a little bit into a savings. So this is on top of me paying my bills, you guys. I put away a little bit. You have to have something that drives you, and this was mine. And so on our anniversary, this was just like 6 months ago, on our anniversary, I was able to get him his dream car, which if you have a husband and they have a dream car, this is like a really, really, really big deal. So I was able to get him his dream car on our anniversary, which might seem like a really silly thing, but it's, again, another, like, this business is the best thing I've ever decided to do, because we never would have made something like that happen. I never would have been able to feel like I actually kind of paid him back and how much he has given me in this life. And so that is like one of the biggest symbols for me, is every time I see him, like right now, taking our kids to the park in his dream car, is something that, y'all, this is so stupid, it's a car. But it's just really important to find those things that are important to you. It doesn't have to be money. It could be a car. It could be that you want to take family vacations. I was able to take my family on a road trip with no destination. That's something people talk about all the time, and it's so, again, it's so silly. But we got in the car with our 2 kids, and he took a week off of work, and we didn't know where we were going to go, and we Googled it on the way, and it was the best thing our family's ever done. Like, we had so much freaking fun because we just ended up wherever we wanted to end up for a week. So when I say this business has changed my life, and most of the time I talk about it from an emotional point of view, so if you need more confidence, you'll get that. But if you want a life you have never dreamed of, like, you can make that happen too, and this is real. And I never, ever, ever would have imagined it. So I think that is everything. I was told to keep it short and sweet, so I think that's it. Everything short and sweet. So what I wanted to tell you is that, and I am pitching you, I'm totally pitching you because I want you to be pitched. Everyone in this group is under Kristen and Angela. And Kristen and Angela are the top of the company. And the only reason that I'm at the top of the company is because I'm under them. If you join their team, you are going to have all the resources. So if you've ever done network marketing and your uplines didn't help you, you're going to have uplines that help you. You're going to have a team that surrounds you. This is a freaking, but this is a mega party with like 50 to 60 distributors working together. Have you ever seen anything like that? Like, no. This company is unlike anything you've ever seen. The support is unlike anything you've ever seen. And we are going to help you, and we're going to love you, and you are just going to have the best time of your life, whether it's because of income or confidence or just fun or just whatever, magic lipstick. Like, it's amazing. So just know that you will have help. And what was I going to say? Oh, my quote. My quote is to hitch your wagon to a star. So find your star, whoever invited you here, and talk to them about it. Just talk to them. They're not going to push you, but if you ask questions, they'll answer them, and they'll answer you honestly. So talk to your star and hitch your wagon, and in a year you could be doing these crazy emotional crying videos. Bye, guys.